Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Primetime Sportz. I'm your host, Malik Brown. It's that time of the semester every college student has been waiting for, spring break. Mine doesn't start yet because I'm here to give you the latest on Georgia State sports, and I definitely don't have a problem with that because I look good doing it. So spring break, you're going to have to wait until I'm done with this show. There's more things to be excited about besides spring break. Both the men's and women's basketball team won against Georgia Southern last week. Before the men's game, 4 players were recognized on senior night for their accomplishments with the team. Reporter Cecil Hannibal brings us more.
It's senior night for the Georgia State men's basketball team. And to raise the stakes even higher, they will play their conference rival, Georgia Southern. In a sold-out arena, GSU competed for second place in the Sun Belt Conference. 4 players were honored at senior night, including Isaiah Dennis, Willie Clayton, Jeremy Hollowell, and Carter Cagle. Clayton was recognized for grabbing over 1,000 rebounds, and Hollowell was honored for scoring 1,000 points. Hollowell had this to say about his career accomplishments.
The senior day was not a better day to do it. It's a big accomplishment. I'm definitely thankful for where I'm at. Ready to go out here in New Orleans, man, keep it rolling.
A win against a conference rival is great, but for Clayton, his friends and family made this night truly special.
My family here, my Lion brothers was here, and then I had one of my good friends from Charlotte. So everybody was here supporting me, and it felt great. What's next for this team is to take care of the Sun Belt Championship game, and then once we get that handled, we'll worry about the rest.
Georgia State is set to tip off later this evening at 6 p.m. Eastern. For Primetime Sportz, I'm Cecil Hannibal.
Thank you, Cecil, and congratulations to those players. Last week was also a big one for all college football athletes looking to make it into the NFL. Former Georgia State wide receiver Robert Davis was one of those players, and reporter Joey Redmond caught up with Robert to talk about his combine experience and the future of Georgia State.
College athletes from all over the country are here this weekend in Indianapolis, Indiana at the NFL Combine, showcasing their skills in hopes of being drafted to a professional football roster come April. One of our very own Georgia State athletes, wide receiver Robert Davis, is here amongst them showcasing his incredible set of skills. And we had a chance to speak with Robert, who spoke very highly about his combine experience so far.
It's been great. I've had a chance to, go out there and train with some of the top guys in the combine. I mean, all they do is push me to do better than I have in the past. But, I mean, as far as, being any kind of like shell shocked or anything like that, playing with high level competition, I always felt like, I was one of the best guys out there.
How about one of your former teammates, Albert Wilson? Has he come out and called you at all? Have you guys spoken at all about this process?
Yeah, I mean, we speak many a times. I mean, right before I came up here about a week ago, he called me and pretty much told me, how this experience was going to be so that I would already be mentally prepared for it. And I mean, that really helped me out a lot, just as far as all the tests and all the hours of waiting at the hospitals and stuff like that you have to go through. So, I mean, he's really prepared me for this.
Going back to your home at Georgia State, when you saw Trent Miles get released, what were your first thoughts?
I mean, it hurt me, of course, because that was the only guy who gave me an opportunity to play college football coming out of Northside High School, with Georgia State being my only offer. So I have a lot of loyalty and respect for Coach Miles, and, I mean, it hurt to see him leave, and even more so with the coaching staff with guys like Tim Lopano, who's like a second father to me. So, I mean, I stay in contact with all of them, and, they've really been supportive of me throughout all this process.
A lot of changes there recently since you've left, right? New head coach in Sean Elliott, of course, the acquisition of Turner Field. Have you heard anything from inside the program since you've been gone? Have they said anything to you? What are your impressions of the way the program's moving?
I'm positive that Georgia State's moving in a great direction. I mean, I've heard from a lot of players that Sean Elliott he's going to be a great coach at Georgia State, and I mean, all of them have said that they were impressed with him. He's a high-intensity guy. I'm really happy and excited to go back after the combine, meet some of the guys, meet some of the new players, and, see the positive direction that Georgia State's headed in.
We are hoping the absolute best for Robert going forward, of course, and we hope that we hear his name called in the draft come April in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. For Primetime Sportz, I'm Joey Redmond.
Thank you, Joey. For the players that weren't invited to the combine, they had a chance on Tuesday to showcase their talents here at Georgia State. Reporter Caleb Johnson brings us more on the 2017 Pro Day and the players participating.
GSU Pro Day 2017 is here as 12 Panthers try to prove themselves in front of a great turnout of scouts.
Running the 40-yard dash and sprinting through various drills, these NFL hopefuls put it all on the line. Literally. Former tight end Joel Ruiz was among the group 1 year removed from his senior season at Georgia State, where a knee injury ended his collegiate career. Robert Davis opted out of participation in the Pro Day after his talents were seen on the national level at the NFL Combine. But Davis was all smiles on the sideline, supporting his former teammates and chatting with scouts. Defensive end Tevin Jones made a strong case for NFL teams to keep an eye on him, as he excelled on virtually all activities of the day and clearly stood out in the group.
The NFL Draft, where these athletes hope to hear their names called, will be held April 27th through the 29th in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. For Primetime Sports, I'm Caleb Johnson.
Thanks, Caleb. Man, it would be great to see all these players making it to the league one day. You know, I had dreams of making it to the NFL, but I think you guys see how that turned out for me, so I'm just going to stick around behind this desk for as long as I can. Moving on to some baseball, Coach Frady earned his 500th win last week against Northern Kentucky. Frady has recorded 313 wins at Georgia State after earning 107 wins as the head coach in North Florida. The team's next game is today at 4 against Bowling Green in Emerson, Georgia. That's all I have for this week, people, and this will also be my last week as anchor. I just want to let everyone know that I had a great time on the desk delivering you the best on Georgia State sports, and the next person that comes up here isn't going to let you down. You'll probably still see me around interviewing the player and what's their favorite food or if they like crust or not. Joking. If you want to see more of our content, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter at Primetime with a Z. I hope everyone has a great spring break because I know I am. Until we meet again, I'm Malik Brown. Have a blessed week.